Types of operating system. In this section, we will discuss general properties, types of application advantages, disadvantages and basic requirements of different types of operating system. Batch operating system. As discussed earlier, batch processing requires grouping of similar jobs which consist of programs, data and system commands. The advantages of this type of programming is in programs with the large computation time where need of interaction or involvement of programmer with system almost not required, where need of interaction or involvement of programmer with system almost not required. For example, program like payroll, statistical analysis of data, calculation of large scientific numbers, they can submit their programs to the operators and return later after some time to collect the output. Major advantages of this operating system is non-interactive environment, offline debugging of the program by the operator, no control over intermediate results of a program, no flexibility in developing software. Real-time operating system. A real-time operating system, RTOS, real-time operating system is an operating system that guarantees a certain capability within a specific time constraint. Primary role of real-time operating system is to process data in quick time. In other words, a real-time system is a system that reacts to events in the environment by performing predefined functions within specified given time period. A real-time system is a system which ensures the exact time requirement for a job. If a real-time system does not complete a task in a certain time, it may cause a breakdown of the entire system it is running. Some applications require to be serviced within a time period. Industrial control systems, automobile brake control, airplane guidance. There are two types of real-time system: hard real-time system, soft real-time system. Hard real-time system. A hard real-time system guarantees that a job will complete within a specified time period. This system must ensure that all delays on processing input and output are bounded. The system cannot wait indefinitely, so the hard time systems are usually very limited. There is generally no secondary storage such as disk drives, as a disk request can take a variable time low process. Some examples of a hard time real system are the software that run the autopilot in an jumbo jet or the imaging software on a missile. Soft real-time system. A soft real-time system is a much less restrictive version of a hard real-time system. A soft real-time system does not guarantee that a job will complete within a specified time period. However, it tries its best to finish the job as soon as possible. If a critical real-time job enters the system, the operating system may assign the highest priority to that task and execute it continuously until it completes. The lack of a guarantee makes a soft real-time system more limited in its application for industrial activities. Soft real-time systems are used in the area of multimedia, virtual reality, etc. Some of the operating systems that provides soft real-time support are Windows NT 2000 or Linux or Solaris. Time sharing operating system. With batch processing systems, there was no interaction between the user and his or her program in execution process while the program was being executed. The time sharing system allows multiple programs to simultaneously share the computer resources. In this, everything is done under operator control. The job is submitted by the user and it is executed at some other time and the output is prepared. The delay between job submission and job completion is called turnaround time. Again, time sharing operating system. With batch processing system, there is no interaction between the user and his or her program in execution process while the program was being executed. The time sharing system allows multiple programs to simultaneously share the computer resources. In this, everything is done under operator control. The job is submitted by the user and it is executed at some other time and the output is prepared. The delay between job submission and job completion is called the turnaround time. Modern computer systems are interactive. The user asks for OS services directly and receives an immediate response. The user can easily experiment and do fast debugging. Personal computer operating system. The more popular way that programs and users got back at the machines was the advent of personal computer around 1980. Finally, computers became small enough, inexpensive, and even an individual could own them nowadays. Modern era personal computer PC possess all basic features of computer and are very powerful in the term of CPU processing. The operating system of PCs consists of two parts: basic input output system, disk operating system DOS. Basic input output system BIOS. Basic input output system. The basic input output system in PC are stored in a non-erasable memory called read-only memory ROM. When power is turned on, BIOS takes control of the system in the beginning of booting. Disk operating system DOS. Disk operating system is stored in a hard disk of the personal computer system. Feature of DOS are file management, directory management, memory management, utility program management, and executive program management. Next, network operating system. The network operating system is the collection of software and protocols, set of rules, protocols. The network operating system is the collection of software and protocols. This collection allows the intercommunication of many computers over a computer network. Each computer on the network has its own operating system. Feature of network operating system are: each computer has its own operating system instead of running part of global system-wide operating system. Login mechanism is used to connect computers with remote server or system. Allows user to access the various resources of the network system. Allows users to access the various resources of the network system. Users of network systems are aware of where their files are kept and can move their file from one system to another. Parallel operating system. It is a multiprocessor operating system which works with more than one CPU in close communication. In a multiprocessing operating system which works with more than one CPU in close communication, it is also called tightly coupled system because in this system processors share a common memory and a clock. It is also called a tightly coupled system because in this system processors share a common memory and a clock. Communication usually takes place through the shared memory. Processors in the systems are divided into two categories: master and slave. Master processors controls the slave processors. Advantage of parallel systems are increased throughput, economical, increased reliability, graceful degradation, fail-soft systems, Symmetric multiprocessing SMP. Each processor runs on identical copy of operating system. Many processes can run at a time without performance deterioration. Deterioration. Many processes can run at a time without performance deterioration. Each processor runs an identical copy of the operating system. Many processes can run at a time without performance deterioration. Most modern operating systems support SMP. Number 10, each processor is assigned a specific task. Master processor schedules and allocated work slave processor. Next is distributed operating system. A distributed operating system is one that looks to its users like an ordinary centralized operating system. A distributed operating system is one that looks to its users like an ordinary centralized operating system but runs on multiple independent CPUs. A distributed operating system is one that looks to its users like an ordinary centralized operating system but runs on multiple independent CPUs. These systems are considered to be more reliable than uniprocessor based systems. They are functional even if some of their hardware is not functioning or out of order. Distributed operating systems are considered to be more reliable than single processor based systems. Distributed operating systems are considered to be more reliable than single processor based system. A distributed operating system is one that looks to its users like an ordinary centralized operating system but runs on multiple independent CPUs. These systems are considered to be more reliable than uniprocessor systems. They are functional even if some of their hardware is not functioning or out of order. Distributed operating systems are considered to be more reliable than single processor based system. They perform even if some part of the hardware is malfunctioning. Advantages of distributing operating systems are distributed operating system offers better price performance than centralized operating system. Total computing power of distributed operating system is better than centralized operating system. Total computing power of distributed systems is better than centralized operating system. If one machine crashes, the system is as whole survives and keep on working. Computing power can be added in small increments. Allows many users to access common databases. Computer power can be added in small increments. Computing power can be added in small increments. Allows many users to access common database. Allow many users to share expensive peripheral devices. Human to human communication makes easier through a wide network. Human to human communication makes easier through a wide network. Questions, 3 questions there are. What do you mean by flow control? List functions of operating system. What is real-time operating system? Real-time operating systems is an operating system that guarantees a certain capabilities within a specified time constraint. That guarantees a certain capabilities within a time constraint. Primary role of real-time operating system is to process data in quick time. Hard real-time system, soft real. There are two types of real-time system. Okay.